Sometimes when you take a walk in a quiet forest, you can notice the simplest of things. The way the sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the ground with patches of golden light. And maybe you've noticed how when you stand still for a moment, you can hear the sounds of the breeze weaving gently through the trees, as though the forest itself is breathing. And isn't it fascinating how just standing there, breathing with the trees, can feel so natural? It's almost as if your body knows how to unwind effortlessly. Like when you watch a leaf detach from a branch and float down, spiraling gently until it rests on the ground. That sense of ease, it just happens. And as you imagine that leaf resting now, perhaps you can also sense the way the earth cradles it, holding it softly. That same softness is something that you may feel too in moments like these. And isn't it interesting how the rhythm of life itself has a way of finding balance, like a river flowing steadily over stones, smoothing their edges without ever forcing it. You don't have to think about how the river flows. It just does. The same way you don't have to tell your breath to slow down as you listen right now. It simply happens, doesn't it? And it's curious how the deeper you go into that calm rhythm, the easier it becomes to let go of anything unnecessary. Almost like the river carrying away leaves and twigs as it clears the way for what matters most. And I know a man who often visited the forest. Every day he carried a heavy bag filled with stones. He wasn't quite sure why he carried it. It had been there for so long, he'd almost forgotten how it started. One day, as he walked deeper into the forest, he found a clearing he hadn't noticed before. It was quiet, peaceful, and there was a soft patch of grass inviting him to sit. So he set the bag down just for a moment, and as he sat, he realized how light his shoulders felt without the weight. He could feel the sun warming his skin, the breeze playing gently around him, and he thought to himself, why do I carry that bag? As he opened the bag, he discovered that some of the stones weren't even his. They were things others had handed him long ago. Expectations, worries, things that no longer mattered. He smiled as he picked up a stone, feeling its cool surface in his hand, and set it down on the ground. One by one, he let the stones go, each one a little lighter than the last. And as he looked around, he realized that the clearing felt brighter, the air lighter. The forest seemed to whisper to him, reminding him of something he'd always known but forgotten. The weight we carry isn't always ours, and it's okay to let it go. And maybe as you listen to this story, you begin to wonder about your own stones. Perhaps as you continue your day, you'll find moments, just like the man did, to set something down, even if it's only for a little while. You might even notice later on how your shoulders feel lighter, or your breath moves a little more freely. As you already know, letting go isn't something you have to try to do. It's something that happens naturally when the time is right. And as you move forward, each step can feel easier, lighter, as though you're walking through your own peaceful clearing, knowing that you've released what you no longer need. Now, isn't that a wonderful way to live? Thank you for joining me in this clearing today, and until next time, goodbye and good mental health.